Voila! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Amanda Natanda Show. I'm Amanda, and thank you guys for watching. I am so super excited about today's episode because joining me is a gorgeous lady, as you can see, very tall, of course. She is definitely a model. You can tell from the height and the beauty. And she's also a talented photographer and videographer as well, right? Here in Edmonton. And you're so into the community, which is so amazing. Welcome on the show, Mileydi.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, Canada welcomes and embraces diversity. Do you mind telling the viewers where you're from? Because we can tell from your accent, you're not Canadian, so please.
Hi everyone, I'm Mileydi Cristancho. I'm Latin American and that's it.
Okay, fine. But you come from Venezuela.
Venezuela, yes.
That's what I wanted. No, that is so awesome. So do you mind telling the viewers who Mileydi is in a nutshell? What do you do? What you love? Your hobbies? And maybe what you don't like.
So, Mileydi Cristancho is a person who loves people.
Yeah.
I really love people. I love diversity. I love Canada because give me the opportunity to share with all different kind of people. I don't know, all kind of cultures and countries and learnings about what are they doing, their traditions. I don't know how to say in Canada, let me be part of something, right? Like I can go one event and found all this beautiful diversity of people and start interact with them. So
yeah.
I really
And I've seen that you're actually around different cultures and you try so hard to be around different cultures, which is so amazing, right? Which is the culture of Canada on its own, right? Wow, that is so amazing. Aren't you glad that you're here?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy being around with beautiful people and nice energy, and you have this energy.
Yeah,
People need it.
thank you so much. So when did you start modeling and why did you want to get into modeling?
Actually, my modeling started a little bit late because
there's no such thing as too late. You're never too late to do anything. It'll be just the right time, I believe.
Some people say, and my beliefs too say times for God is perfect, right? God's times is perfect.
Yeah,
so, I grew up in this small town where my parents oh no, modeling maybe could be not for you, I wanted you be a doctor, you be architect, or all these kind of beautiful professions people doing, right? So
no, but then are you saying modeling is not a beautiful profession then?
it is, but in the time, these traditional cultures where the parents say, oh, you have to be doing this and doing that, so it's kind of close mind, sorry for say, but it's of course I had the support from my mom, my dad, until now. Right now they know I'm official contestant or a pageant, and they support me. They giving likes, comments on my social media. They message me keep going, keep motivating. So I have all the support. But when I say I start late, it's because all these modeling girls, when they start 14 and an agency or a modeling school. So when I went to modeling school, I was 17 or 18, and all my students, my co-students, how do you say, my students, my friends' students, they were 14, 13.
All right. Okay. So it made you feel as if you were older among the young girls,
Yes.
right? Okay. But then 17 is still not late, just so you know, because some people even start at. I know now we have pageants as Mrs. something, right? With a title that's for married people, right? So that people even over 30 they can still get into modeling, right? So 17 I don't think is like that late.
How you asked me in the beginning where I come from, Venezuela, is
Too conservative?
No. We call reinas of the reinas. It means like beauty, like queens of the queens, right?
Right.
So in my country, it's very big in pageants. Right now, Miss Grand International won yesterday a Miss Venezuela.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
congratulations to this beautiful girl. So it's like all in my country, all the dream for all these small girls is being a Miss Venezuela.
Wow.
So it's like a big thing in my country. So we are sitting in a family watching TV. As you watching soccer, like all family came together to watch Miss Universe, Miss World, or like are they watching soccer? Or American football or hockey in Canada.
Right.
So we sitting all together to watch Miss Universe. So,
but then you know what? We know there's lots of amazing things happening for you, and because in as much as you think you may be late, but then now we have different pageants where we have Mrs. Mexico coming up for you, and congratulations for that, for being a part of that. How do you feel to be a part of Mrs. Mexico, considering that this year you modeled for Miss Noble Canada, right? You were part of Miss Noble Canada, and congratulations for becoming the second runner-up for Miss Noble Canada. How was your feeling towards getting into Mrs. Mexico pageant that's coming up?
Okay, I'm gonna start from Miss Noble Canada.
Okay, let's start with Miss Noble Canada, which was initially the first pageant.
Thanks God and thanks to myself, because I say to myself, I'm gonna look in another opportunity, because as you say, never is too late. So I took the risk to enter to this pageant, beautiful pageant, which is not only about being beauty, it's about being noble and doing good for people and giving back to community. So I say to myself, oh, this is amazing, because when you are getting older or you're getting mature, you're getting another point in your life, you just, it's no more about you, right? It's just about like some people out there maybe need you with your smile, with your work, they're gonna inspire in there to do something. So,
for sure.
So I say, Miss Noble, give me this opportunity to giving back to the community. We did a lot of charity, we did a lot of like feeding the homeless. We went to these beautiful communities to bring happiness and this all beautiful giving back. So it's just very satisfactory, like very. It's been grateful, right, with life. So one day I didn't won. Oh, I won another way.
Well, yeah, you were second runner-up, which is, to me, I used to model too, right? And I was always in the top 3, right? So I can totally relate to you becoming the second runner-up, and I take that as a win. What you were about to say, right? I know a lot of people believe the queen has to be the winner and like is the winner, but then even not being in the top 3, the fact that you've been on that stage, on the ramp,
I believe
it's not easy.
I believe that we all the contestants are the winners. Because a beauty pageant is not just a beauty pageant. It's a platform.
It's a platform. That's
so
true.
Even though like I got second runner, I got to be magazine cover, being a musical video.
It opens lots of doors.
Opens doors, right? So like when I get to open all these doors for people see me that night in the stage and these beautiful like people comes to you and say, oh, thank you and and it's so beautiful sensation, like how people recognize your effort, because it's not put your high heels and go there, right? It's more than that, right? Like sacrifice and losing weight, sacrifice and I had a family, so leave your family and go to the rehearsals. By Miss Noble, I wasn't having a car, so I was taking even the bus to go to the rehearsals. Yeah. So, but I was keep going with my dream. Like I didn't want to stop. I want to keep going, and thanks God, because after a few months, became this a beautiful opportunity now to go international pageant, which is huge.
Mrs. Mexico. Yeah.
I'm going to represent a beautiful country, and this country made me to I don't want to say compete, but I want to participate with 50 girls more around the world. So, which is huge.
It is huge. So is it going to be, having 50 girls around the world, are you all getting in for Mrs. Mexico from different parts of the world, or how is that going to work?
No, the pageant is called Miss Noble Queen World International.
Miss Noble Queen World International.
Yes.
Okay, we got that. Yeah.
So as you heard the names like as Miss and Mrs., right?
Okay.
So as you say, like it's a queen, which is noble in the world, and it's international because it's another level, right? Like I got the opportunity to go travel around the Canada, out of the Canada to go Thailand.
Wow.
To represent Mrs. Mexico.
Okay.
And this pageant. So, and then it's gonna be a beautiful week in a resort.
Okay.
Where we have different activities every single day about like meeting sponsors, conference, breakfast, lunch, dinners. They get to know us, so that way they can choose the right queen they need for representation their brand, right?
Okay, makes sense.
All this week, you are into showing yourself how you are, how you dress, how you talk, how you represent. Because a beauty queen is not just being like the girls beautiful with high heels. It's just more than that, right?
Yeah.
It's that girl know how to talk, know how to pose, know
and
how
the
to
confidence.
The confidence.
Yeah. So, who is your role model?
Oh my goodness.
And why? I remember this one time I was confirmed though. It's easy to walk on the ramp and be quiet, but once they ask you that question, you're like, what?
I admire a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of African Americans who I like. So one of them is Oprah.
Okay.
Because I feel like her motivational speech are very deep, right? So every time I hear one YouTube video about like how she speak, inspiring me, right? I say, oh my God, I wish one day I can speak that way,
just like her.
Just like her. And also when I heard all this, when Mandela and she went and helping all these kids and supporting all these beautiful for school, and then she talking about women's empowerment. So I love that because women's are not just for changing diapers and being at home.
That's true.
It's more than that, right? Like women's, we can do more, right?
Yeah, that is so true.
Oprah just inspired me in so many ways. So oh my God, the richness. But it's all about her, right? I just love it.
Shout out to you, Oprah, because you inspire a lot of people, myself included. So I can totally understand. So talking about being active in the community, do you have any projects that are coming up that you're involved in, or any other charity organizations other than the one that you're working on today, which is with Vogue? Do you have any other community charities or anything that's coming up?
1 month ago, I had the opportunity to be ambassador of
one
brand.
Nice.
Yeah, of one's brands. They doing like these technologies. They selling a technology products.
Okay.
So I was the model for them, and so they invited me to do the plan for clean ocean.
Okay.
The ocean clean.
Okay.
So we are planning to go Mexico.
Okay.
And which is good, Mexico.
Yeah.
We are going.
And speak of alignment, look at that.
Yeah,
right? This is alignment, really.
Yeah, it's visualization, affirmation, meditation, all these beautiful energies, right? And be around to beautiful people and yeah, so they invited me to be part of the organization to clean oceans, ocean clean. So which is awesome because I know the animals doesn't have voice. And somebody has to do something to support them, and because they are dying out there, right? So it's important like someone speak behind the animals and supporting to clean the ocean, to clean the street. And this is a good moment to tell you guys out there, like, just being part of the chain, right? Like not throwing garbage in the street, not throwing garbage in the ocean, not throwing garbage in, like, keep clean the environment, keep clean the earth. We all living here, right? Like,
and that's why we have garbage bins everywhere. Like everywhere you go, you see a garbage bin. If anything, just hold on to your garbage until you get to where there's a waste disposal place or whatever, right? Instead of throwing it in the water, ocean, sewer, or anywhere.
Right? I'm agree with you.
Right. So what keeps you inspired and motivated?
Oh my goodness. Motivated.
Because you're always positive minded, you're always doing the amazing things in the city, and you're always around positive minded people too, right? Because obviously they say aspire to be the person that you want to be the person that you want to attract, right? Be the kind of person that you want to attract, right?
Yeah,
so what keeps you motivated and inspired? Because you're always on the positive side.
First time, I believe in God. I believe in God. And
that is so awesome.
Amen. So I believe in God. I believe in the power of the universe. And I believe in your words. Everything you say out of your mouth has power. So like every time coming something inside your body has to come beautiful, right? So whatever comes in your body has to come beautiful. What I mean with that, like if your brain is not healthy, no, your body functions, right?
For sure.
So it's like I wish I be more constant, like every single day do like a daily routines, but I do mornings routines when I have time. So I do meditation, yoga, exercise, waking up with affirmation, waking up with visualization, things I wanna achieve in the future. So all these small routine change your entire day. So I wish I can do every day, but my life is so busy sometimes. But that is I think is my key or my secret. Meditation, like affirmation, like be in this state of mind, like everything is beautiful, life is good.
Right. Oh my gosh. But then life gets busy too. Right, especially in the Western world where everything you have to pay for your bills, or else the bills won't be waiting for you to say, okay, my lady, you're chilling right now, so I would chill too. Which will never happen. which will never happen. So what advice would you give to a young girl who aspires to get into modeling, and at the same time, two people, let's put two scenarios. As a young girl who's aspiring to get into modeling, and parents who think modeling is not a good profession more than anything. So let's start with a young girl who aspires to get into modeling.
For the young girl, I will say be careful first, because sadly, this world of beautiful has so many like shortcuts. But they are not shortcuts, right? Like the
exploitation, you get exploited.
Exploitation. So many people say, "Oh, no worries, come here and I give you photo shoot for free, or I give you this for free, or I give you that,
and then you give me this in return.
And give me this in return." Oh, like they using you like the way. So I will say like get rich, like research, like looking information online. We like nice agencies, like these agencies are very stable in the country or in the city are you. So like example here in Canada, you go in and look in these agencies being built for 20 years. So I start from there and then go in the mirror and say, okay, how I look, how I supposed to look, and then criticize yourself by knowing the way like destroying yourself. Like say what I should do for get better and start modeling. And then photo shoot, the first, because you have to have portfolio. Every time you go a casting, an interview, every time you go, you have to have like
A portfolio.
About yourself, a small bio about yourself, photos about yourself. And not go too crazy like, oh, I have to do the eyelashes more big and
Oh, they like it more natural looking more than anything.
If it's a modeling way, right? If it's an
even acting, anything, because normally portfolios they prefer that you have no makeup at all, if possible, right? And if you have makeup, you have to do minimal makeup, like close to natural. Okay.
So I will say this is kind of steps, right? There's kind of steps to get to modeling.
Okay.
But if you're really into to do it, just do it.
Go for it. Just go for it.
And believe in yourself.
Right? And believe in yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself first. And then how about to the parent who thinks modeling is not a good profession, modeling will never get you anywhere, and we like you're saying traditionally. I grew up in a culture where modeling, acting, anything to do with entertainment is not professional, really. So what advice would you give to parents who think that, or how they can support their kids?
You know, if you do a good raising, like if you grow your child with good values, supporting the...
I like that. That's different.
Yeah, because if you have good values at home, your kid is not gonna go for different paths, right? Like if you get as a good girl at home, she's clean, she's doing all the right things. So she's gonna do the right things out there. So in more you supporting, she will achieve more. I was watching yesterday a Facebook video about Angelina Jolie. And she was talking about this emotional way, how she remembered her mom. Her mom approached her to support her career because her mom couldn't achieve her dreams. So she supported Angelina Jolie and his brother, I think, or sister, to do modeling career. Being inspired by her for all her life about like how to be a good woman and giving back to the community and like supporting young women to achieve their dreams. So her speeches are speechless, like it's so inspirational. Like she comes to these countries to support these women all around the world. So it's unbelievable the good she do for the world, right? So any girl out there, any guy or a boy wanna be a model, an actor, a musician, like, and their parents should support them. Because if you're not supporting, they maybe will get different paths to achieve their dreams. So it's better you stay there watching them.
For sure.
Watching who they are connecting with, where are they going, right? If you stop them to doing it and they really want to do it, they will do it.
Either way.
Behind your back, and it's gonna be worse because maybe they're gonna go and connecting with wrong people, and that is when it comes kidnapping. The worst parts are gonna go like these human trafficking, right? Like comments and modeling world and so many other words. You don't have to be a model for being kidnapping, right? Or human trafficking, because it's so many. I don't wanna get so deep in this conversation.
I know it's deep. Human trafficking is another whole topic on its own.
So for their parents, I will say supporting them. And keep watching what are they doing.
Okay, that is so awesome. You heard it yourselves from the lovely Mileydi. Yeah, so stay tuned for the next segment of our show because it is game time right now. And thank you so much for the word of advice to the parents and to everybody that's aspiring to become a model. And we just look forward to more of your stuff that's coming up. But before we go, like you already heard, we're gonna be having a game, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back, and it is the time of the show. Woo-hoo! Alrighty, so now here's my game. I'm sure you've watched my show. I'm sure you watched.
Yes, I went to see
Yeah, you always like my post. But I am just hoping you didn't watch any of the questions that are in here.
I don't think so.
I hope so. There's only one serious question. What I mean one serious question is your knowledge of Canada.
Okay.
So let's hope you pick that one.
I'm
Just
not getting my citizen yet.
Not yet. So let's hope you get that one so that you know because
I will study.
Exactly. So I'm gonna ask you to pick 5 questions all at once, and those 5 questions I'm gonna read them to you, and I'm going to give you 5 seconds to give me an answer. 5 seconds to give me an answer. I'm going to try and read as clear as I can, so that I don't give you time to think.
Okay.
Because I once had a guest was like, come again, and when I was saying come again, I figured when I was actually editing the video, I noticed that every question should say come again. Right? So she was smart about it. She was thinking exactly. So I'm like, you know what? I will try and read as clear as I can.
Okay.
I will. All right. So pick 5 questions all at once, and then you put them in here.
You put me hard because yellow is my favorite color.
Okay, you can pick all yellows. It's okay.
And pink is so girly, so.
It's so girly. Yeah, it's okay. Just go for it. 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4,
4. All right, let's get the Canadian one. Let's get the Canadian one.
No.
5. Alrighty, so we're ready. So I am good. Which one do you want me to start with, yellow or pink?
Yellow.
Alright, let's start with yellow because we got more yellow anyway.
Lucky.
Yellow. Alrighty, so listen carefully. I'm going to try to be as clear as I can be. So 13 puppies, all but 8 died. How many do you have left?
What?
Come on now. You heard right?
Come again.
You heard right? Okay, so 13 puppies, all but 8 died. How many do you have left?
5.
Why 5? And 13 minus 8? Okay, we'll put this on the side. Okay, this didn't work out. Okay, let's try again. Let's try another one. English. Okay, do you want me to speak Latina?
Yeah.
I wish I could. Okay, I'll try to be slow then. Alright. So, you know silk the material, right? So, I want you to say silk 5 times.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Just say it.
Silk, 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 and you silly.
I'm trying to be funny, don't worry. And then now I want you to spell silk.
S-I-L-K.
What do cows drink?
Milk.
Okay, no, that's not a good job. That's another one. Don't worry about it. It's actually going to be interesting when you hear the answers. It's going to be funny. All right. So, if tally spells T-U-L-Y, and if Mali spells M-U-L-L-Y, what does J-U-L-Y spell?
The difference?
No, what does it say? J-U-L-Y.
July.
You got that! I tried to give you a bonus on this one. Yay!
It is my birthday, so yeah.
Oh, it's your birthday?
July.
Alright, awesome. So now we know next year we're gonna celebrate what's heavier between a pound of cotton and a pound of stone?
Cotton.
Why?
I don't know why. But I think I heard that.
Oh my gosh, do you think you heard that?
Yeah, this question somewhere. So.
Yeah, so you watched my show?
No, just
Yeah.
I think somewhere
else?
in social media somewhere.
Okay, so let's pause. She said a pound of cotton. Okay. Come back and explain about that one. All right, and how about the last one? Oh, you didn't get the Canadian one. All right. Do you think you're smart?
Oh my goodness. By these questions,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, by these questions, no?
No, I found myself smart because I think, right?
That's good.
I think before I talk. Not all the time because I'm pretty.
You're a woman.
I'm pretty honest, and I feel like if I feel something about someone or just I said it, like in my culture or my belief or my personality, like I see something wrong in your I don't know, in your appearance, maybe you list it. I will. Oh, you list it, and some people doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So it's my way to be sorry.
Yeah, it's your
But I feel like I'm a smart girl.
You feel like you're a smart girl.
Yeah.
So do you want to spell it? Do you want to spell it?
Spell it? Okay. S-P-E-L-L-I-T.
You're like, spell it? You literally spelled it. Like, spell it. Spell it. But anyway, it's IT. The answer is IT.
IT?
No, that is IT. Oh my god, that is so cute. I like the way you're like, after all that explanation and
Yeah,
everything.
because it's tricky question. Guys not believe this girl.
You see how smart she is? She is actually smart. Okay, so let's get back to the answer here. Like to one of the questions that you got wrong. So when I said what's heavier between a pound of cotton and a pound of stone, it's all the same.
The same.
Right? Because they both weigh the same weight.
Oh.
Right? So yeah, so it was a pound of oh my. And then the last one would be 13 puppies. 13 puppies. So the 13 puppies, right?
Okay.
All the puppies.
Okay.
But 8 died. How many do you have left?
I said 5, but I don't know.
No. Well, the answer is gonna be 8 because the 5 are the ones that died.
Okay.
So this question is asking how many did not die.
Did not die.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that is
It's English problem.
I know, right? So that's why I'm explaining. I know you guys have watched. If you've watched my show, you've seen. I've never explained anything to anybody, but then I thought I should explain to her because she's an amazing woman, and and English is also her second language. So it's one of those we're all learning, right?
Yes.
Right. And I'm also funny enough. You won't believe. A lot of people would think, oh, Amanda, how can you say you're learning American English or Canadian English? It's totally different from British English, right?
Yeah.
And hence the reason why when I'm reading my books, I would rather have a hard copy book than an audio book because I want to learn the new spelling, the Canadian way and the American way compared to the American way because English is a very complex language. I know it is international, but then British English is totally different from American English. So yeah, I can totally understand where you're coming from. And for you, it's even worse because it's your second language.
And I'm learning in Miami.
You see? How long was it to you? How long did you learn in Miami?
I was living for 4 years there, and I'm 4 years in Canada, so 8 years, I think. Okay. But
it's not easy.
But I'm learning in Miami, where 80% of the population is Spanish.
Latino. That's right. Yeah, Spanish. Yeah.
So we are speaking Spanglish.
Yeah. Or Spanglish, the same way we have it in Shanglish. We also mix it with my language too. Oh yeah, I can totally understand. So English on its own is not like an easy language to get. So when you say silk, whatever, well, we say silk 5 times or whatever, and automatically everybody will think milk.
Okay.
But cows do not drink milk; they drink water.
Oh.
Right? But then because we milk
milk
from that, It is a tricky question, I guess. But anyway, thank you so much, Mileydi, for coming, and it was so lovely to get to know you on my platform, the Amanda Natanda Show, and we look forward to you taking part in Miss Mexico. As representing Miss Mexico, and please do send me the details so I can put it on my platform so we can support you, how we can support you, and even for looking for sponsors, if you still need sponsors.
Thank
and
you so much.
guys, this is Mileydi.
Thank you.
We're so amazing. It was such a pleasure to have you here. And to the viewers, thank you so much for watching. Keep watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below here. Share, like, comment, and remember, little girls with dreams become women of vision. Take care and God bless you. Mwah.